We want to start a health movement in the area. I was hoping somebody would say amen. Amen. We want to start a health movement in the area, okay? Having people from all the churches get together and talk about health and practicing the health message. You see, and we want to do that by focusing on two important things. That is, first, high blood pressure and exercise. So that's why I give you these sheets, so that those who are interested here, you can sign up and I can stay in touch with you. I can email you, let you know what's going on, where we are having events, where we are having exercise, and then you can join us and participate with us. Also, we have videos and lessons that we'll be sharing with you. So that's why we need these informations. So this morning we're going to talk a little bit about high blood pressure, just a little bit. The presentation is basically a 4-hour presentation, but I'm not going to keep you for 4 hours. A few years ago, one of the leaders in the evangelical world, Pastor Rick Warren, that I believe that you know him, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, so you're familiar with him. He was morbidly obese, and one day he said that while he was doing baptism, he started feeling his weight problem. So he decided to start something, and he started to lose weight. But he didn't do that by himself. He didn't do it alone. He got his whole congregation to join him in that. And in 1 year, he had 15,000 people sign up for the program. Wow. And they lost, in total, over 250,000 pounds. All that he did, the thing that he did, the method that he used, is a method that we know. We know the gospel, we know the health message, but many of us just neglect it. It's time that we change that. It's time that we lead in health.
Amen. Amen.
Because there is beauty in being healthy. Don't you agree?
Amen.
There is joy in being healthy. There is confidence in being healthy. So let's start to move. Let's start practicing the message. And let's live a healthier lifestyle. So please sign up, and then I'll collect the papers after. So let's have a quick word of prayer. Father, I want to thank you for all your blessings. Thank you for allowing us to be here in your presence. We need your Holy Spirit to guide us, Lord. So please be with each one of us here. Forgive our sins. We pray you in Jesus' name. Amen. So our text today is in Numbers 21, verse 4 to 9. And we just read the story that you know well. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. So it's the story of the Israelites while they were in the desert, and they were complaining. They had a problem. They had a health problem. What was the problem? What health problem did they have?
They were getting bit by snakes.
They were being bit by snakes. What else?
They didn't like what they were eating.
What?
They didn't like what they were eating.
They didn't like what they were eating. That's where the problem starts. That's where the health problem starts. With the nutrition. But this nutrition problem was a false problem. Because they had food. What were they eating? Manna. That's what God gave them. But they weren't happy. They weren't satisfied with manna. They wanted what?
Quail.
Meat.
The meat, the food from Egypt. You know what? Sometimes when I read these stories, I'm like, what's wrong with these people? You got manna, angels' food, and you're complaining. And then I realize I'm the same way. I'm no better. I would do the same thing.
We get tired of eating the same thing.
Hmm?
We get tired of eating the same thing.
Not just that we get tired of eating the same thing, but I mean, I don't have that problem really. I cook for a week. but it's because their mind was on something else. Why do we eat?
Pleasure.
Pleasure. For pleasure. The reality is that we eat for pleasure, but is that the right reason to eat?
No.
No. Why should we eat?
To stay alive
For strength,
and have strength.
for energy. The second slide for me, please.
To be able to work, of course.
Yeah, exactly. For the nutrients that are in food. In food we have many nutrients. Not the second slide. Not this one.
Not on that one.
No, that's still on the first.
This is here.
Yeah. The next slide.
It's here?
Yes. Yeah, this one. So, for the nutrients, that's what the body needs. See, if we have a carrot, an organic carrot, compared to a donut, what would we pick? You say that you would pick the carrot. I know that. I know you would not.
It
You
depends.
take the
If it's
donut.
a chocolate donut and a carrot, I would take the chocolate donut.
Okay. Be honest.
Plain, then I'll have
Okay. Thanks for your honesty. I mean, I would do the same thing too.
Personally, I'm tired of donuts.
Exactly. Well, that's temporary. Don't worry. So when we look at them, we look at the nutrients. We see glucose. This is what we need for energy. That's what we call also sugar in popular term. Carrot has glucose, and do not also have plenty of glucose. Amino acid, that's proteins. Carrot has proteins, amino acids. Do not really because of the process. Many of the real good protein is burned off. So fatty acids, what we call fat, healthy fat. We need fat in our body. Carrots does have fat, do not the good one. So we cross that out. Enzymes, again, that's type of proteins. Carrots have proteins and do not doesn't. Vitamins and minerals, that you know that one. Plenty of vitamins and minerals. Do not doesn't have any. Water, yes, carrot have water because we drink juice, right? Carrot juice. So have water. Do not, which want to try to juice a donut? Not getting nothing. And toxin, does the organic carrot have toxin? Nope. But does the donut have toxins? Yeah, plenty. But logically, we should pick the carrot. But most of the time we'll end up choosing the donut. That's because science shows that we don't make decisions based on logic. We make decisions based on feelings. Which one make us feel better, the carrot or the donut? I'll let you answer that.
They're doing it temporarily.
Exactly, temporarily. Make you feel good. That's because the sugar acts on your brain. So that's what we face. We face that situation that we need to start using our reason to make choices instead of our feelings. So the people of Israel, unfortunately, they let their feelings get the best of them and they start rebelling against God. So God sent the fiery the serpents. God removed his protection and they started to get sick and many of them were dying. So they started crying to God for help. Now, God could have just eliminated all the serpents. But he didn't do that. What did he ask them to do? Make a bronze serpent, and whoever look at that serpent will live. Right? So they had something to do. They had to do something in order to recover. You see, God does the same thing for us. God gives us means to recover from our diseases. Now, I'm going to be clear. We are in a sinful world. And we'll always get sick. We'll not live, we'll have some disease, some sickness. We will get old. And we will die. Unless Jesus comes back. But God gives us enough direction to lessen our sufferings. When you look at high blood pressure leads to stroke, leads to a heart attack, leads to congestive heart failure, leads to edema. Do we need all these sufferings?
No.
No. By reducing our blood pressure, we decrease our risk of having all these bad diseases. That's why we are talking about this today. So we're going to the second slide, please. The second presentation. And let me tell you why I'm interested in this stuff. That's because I myself have high blood pressure. No? I was in nursing school, and we were practicing taking blood pressure on each other. Right? And I realized that my blood pressure was constantly high. And I was about 26 at that time. I didn't feel anything. I felt good. Yeah. I felt good. So if I wasn't in that class, I would never know that I have high blood pressure. You see, high blood pressure started way before we discovered it. That's why they call it the silent killer. You have it, you don't know. And it starts young. And us young people, thank you, we think we are invincible. So we don't care. And guess what? I didn't care. So I didn't do nothing about it. I continued to live my life and enjoy everything. And until finally I had to go to the doctor and check my blood pressure, and the doctor told me, yes, I need to put you on some medication. At that time, I was done with nursing, working, and I told the doctor, no, I'll look into it. Not right now. A couple of years later, I went back to the doctor, and the blood pressure was still high. So he talked to me about putting me on medication. And I also said, no, I'll pass on that. Now, you might want to know why I didn't want to take the medications. That's because I've been giving those medications. I've been giving them for a number of years to so many patients. And there was no improvement. They weren't getting better. I was popping those pills every single day, and they were just getting worse. So the patient would be up at 7 o'clock, wake the patient up, check the blood pressure. It's 150 over 90. Give the blood pressure pills. And do you think that the blood pressure went down? Actually it did. But the problem is that at 8 o'clock, the patient go have breakfast. Does he have for breakfast? Bread, eggs, bacon, coffee. Well, the blood pressure went up again. For lunch, you have a burger, French fries, coffee again for most of them. Blood pressure keep going high. By 2 o'clock, check the blood pressure, it's high, so I got to give more pills. At lunch, they have a steak. At dinner time, they have a steak. And for many, more coffee. And all throughout the day, all they did is watching TV. And lay on their bed or stay in their wheelchair. So, it wasn't working. The system wasn't working. So I didn't want to be part of the system. So I started to do my own research. And that's how we came up with the 8 natural remedies to lower your blood pressure. So let's look at how do you treat high blood pressure? This is from the American Heart Association. The big physicians, this is their recommendation. First thing is eat a well-balanced diet that's low in salt. Second, limit alcohol. Third, enjoy regular physical activity. Fourth, manage stress. 5, maintain healthy weight. 6, quit smoking. 7, take your medications properly. And 7, work together with your doctor. If you look at the first 6 of this, you would see that they have to do with lifestyle. The first 6, this is from the American Heart Association. They have to do with lifestyle. So, the way that you are living, that's what allowed your blood pressure to go high. So if you want to reverse it, you need to change your lifestyle. Medication only can't do it. I'm not saying the medication to throw away the medication, they are bad. What I'm saying is that medication alone can't do it. You need the other stuff with the medications. The 6 things that I show you here, they can work without the medication. But you can't use medication alone without those 6 things. So you need to change the way that you live. But when you go to the doctor's office, does the doctor ask you how many times you exercise this week? Most of them don't. Do they check your diet? Most of them don't. They go straight for the medication. So this is why I want to focus more on the natural things that you can do. So we'll go fast, like I said. So the first one is nutrition. Nutrition, we got 3 elements in our diet that we need to look for. Right? The first one is increase consumption of whole foods. You know what whole food is? Your whole grain, your carrots, your fruits, your vegetables. The second thing is maintain a healthy weight. And third thing, manage your electrolytes. So if you are looking at my clicker stop working.
Should hit the right button. Is that going? Maybe. There's a connection here. What's that?
Thank you.
Only hit something there.
Oh,
Too many buttons.
okay. Okay, so this is your healthy carbs, your healthy fat, your healthy proteins that we find in the grains. So we'll skip on all that. What I want to go is weight loss. How do we lose weight? We got healthy nutrition, we got exercise that we're going to talk about a little bit, and fasting. Now, let me ask you a question. How many times should we eat a day?
2.
Glad that you know that. I am not going to ask how many of you eat only twice a day. And Sister White said that. We need to eat twice a day. And if you had a very, very busy, hectic day, maybe you can have a little light snack. Well, science has caught up with Sister White. Finally. Science is telling us right now that we need to eat twice a day. No more 3 times a day. Twice a day. Right? And they call it a different name. They call it intermittent fasting. So you eat the first 8 hours and then you fast for 16 hours. So this is what they call it. So that's what we need to practice. So just in case you think that you will die if you eat only twice a day. So this gentleman here, Dr. Nun Sava Siva Amenra, he eats only once a day and fast for 23 hours. And you can see that he's not dead. Okay? So you can live on 1 meal a day. Actually, right now, I'm on a 1 meal a day that for the whole month of February. I started February 1st. And I've actually made some adjustment every now and then to manage my weight and my health. So as of yesterday, I lost 9 pounds. So it's doing pretty good. I'm just waiting for February. After that, I'm going to go to a 2 meal a day. Yeah? But like you say, I'm still standing, and I haven't eaten yet since yesterday, 1 o'clock. All right. So what's so good about fasting? Many things, many health benefits, as you can see here, at least 10. But I want to mention one. This is something that's called autophagy. What happens is that when you don't eat, after about 12 hours of not eating, your healthy cells, your cells start become hungry. So your healthy cells start eating your sick cells. Your healthy cells start eating the damaged cells in your body. So that's what science found out. So you have less risk for disease because now these unhealthy cells are gone in your body. So if you sign up, then we will get to talk more about it because we have videos and stuff that discuss this in more details. But we don't have time this morning. So sodium, these are minerals that our body needs: sodium, potassium, calcium, and exercise. Exercise is very important. We need to exercise at least 3 times a week for at least 5 times a week, for at least half an hour. One of the exercises that we recommend is rebounding. This is the one that I do with my church. Can you play this video? That's a short clip. I hope that is going to work. So that's what I do with my church, and that's one of the exercises that we want to do in the area. Rebounding. This is the members of my church. That's my pastor in the corner standing here. So this is Haitian music. So just in case you are wondering.
What are we standing on?
It's a mini trampoline. Mini trampoline. Yeah, it's called the rebound.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. So they found that it's very good for your balance, especially if you are aging. It also puts less pressure on your joints than running. And you build a lot of calories. We basically have people of all ages. We have kids and adults and here working with them. Jack. Our lady here with the black dress, she's in her 70s. So it's fun for the kids. Alright, so I think that's all I'm going to show you for today. So one last thing about rebounding is that he built your immune system, he stimulates your immune system. That's one of his greatest benefits, because as you're jumping, he activates your lymphatic system that release white blood cells in your body and help fight diseases. So jumping is very good for your health. Again. All right. Let's keep going. Okay, keep going.
The bottom on the bottom is the connect button. And try that.
All right. So we'll talk about stress for you guys who join us. That's another remedy. Rest is an important remedy in fighting high blood pressure. We give some tips on how to lower your stress and how to rest better. We're not going to do that. Fresh air is very important. And definitely water. You need at least 8 glasses of water a day to keep up with your activities. To stay hydrated. And no coffee, alcohol doesn't count as drinks when we are talking about hydration. And we have some supplements also, natural supplements that will help your body to heal better. Some of them are in their natural forms, others come in capsule, like coenzyme Q10, mostly you'll find it in health food stores. Omega-3, also if you don't have enough in your food, then you can take the capsule. One of my favorite is the melon. Right? The melon is one of the first one I tried for my high blood pressure. Right? I went on a weekend fast where I only ate melon. So watermelon, honeydew, and this type for the whole weekend, 3 days. When I started, my blood pressure was 140/90. At the end, on Monday morning when I finished, it was 170/78. That was my lowest blood pressure ever. 117/78. So, and the active ingredient in it is citrulline. So you can, so the citrulline also come in tablet. You can find like L-citrulline and all that also in pharmacy, health food stores. These supplements don't need prescriptions. Garlic, a very powerful herb that lower blood pressure. Also, it comes in tablets for people who don't like to chew it. And also cayenne pepper, powerful also. The active ingredient is capsaicin. The capsaicin comes in tablet form also for people who can tolerate the heat of the pepper. Okay. So, and definitely the last one is trust in God. Because without trust in God, nothing can work. When the Israelites look at the bronze serpent, it demonstrates that they trust God. That's why they were healed. So, as we are taking seriously the message that God sent to us, we need to look to Him for faith so that we can get better. So, Psalm 139 verse 14 said, I will praise thee for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. God doesn't want us to suffer. He doesn't want to suffer. He doesn't like suffering. But many of the suffering that we are enduring, not only is because of sin, but it's also because of our own choices. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make straight your path. Trust in the Lord, do not lean on your own understanding. Most of us we lean more on the understanding of the physician. We lean more on the understanding of the nurse. We lean more on the drugs, on the pharmacist for healing. Yes, they are good people. We need to listen to them. But our priority should be to listen to God.
Amen.
So, I believe that God wants us to be in good health. We have a great work to do. And remember, there is joy in being healthy. There's beauty in being healthy. There's confidence in being healthy. If we are sitting here today, it's because we are blessed. All of us here, we are blessed. So let's show God that we appreciate the blessing of life that he gave us. Let's take care of our health. Let's take care of the body that he gave us. And when he comes back, we will be able to appreciate the new body that he's going to give us. May God bless you.